What's going on, gang? We are back with another one. I know I haven't gone way too long. It's been about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, but the way the time has been, it seems like it's been only a couple of days. So let's just pretend it's been a couple of days. But anyways, we're back with another reaction video, and I'm so happy that you're here to react to these videos with me. Y'all, before we get started, if it is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell down below and like the video. I promise you guys, you're gonna have so much fun here. Grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and let's get to know each other through these videos. We're on the same page when it comes to this. The only difference is certain people speak about it and certain people don't. I think that's really the only difference. I mean, it's clear as day. I hope that y'all understand that. And at this point, if you don't, you really just have your eyes closed voluntarily. Mm. Oh.
The Omega.
Okay, so I saw the face in the middle. That's all that I saw. Did you guys see anything else? I just saw like the little evil face. Whoa, let me not do that. But I just saw the little like evil face in the middle. But then the last one that came together, it looked like a whole being.
But what nobody's talking about is the number game that's behind it. See, from 2017 to 2024,
Yeah, this is my favorite.
7 years. That's the 7-year tribulation. See, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 2, 3, and 4. That's 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you add 2023 up, it also equals 7 years. 2 plus 2 equals 4 plus 3 equals 7. In 2023, they also was talking about this 2030 agenda, which was exactly 7 years.
Ooh,
And where it gets crazy is when
I
did the
love
war
this.
in Gaza start? On October 7th. And 7 days after that, we had the eclipse. Then if you go read the book of Revelations and you start to see how many verses had the number 7 in it without repeating itself, it's 49, which is 7 times 7. Go to this website and see for yourself. Now where it gets more entertaining,
Ooh, the website,
is
okay.
2024. You add that up, it equals 8. Wow. When is the eclipse supposed to happen?
On the 8th.
On April the 8th.
Hey.
Now, I know I'm on to something crazy. If y'all want to add on to it, comment below. This is a real life number game. Now, let me know what y'all think about the number game behind the eclipse in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. It's getting.
Yo, the numbers game is so real. So for the people that also believe in like angel numbers where you see like 444, 222, or whatever, 1111, it is so like that is that, but it's so much deeper than that. Like you can literally manifest things with numbers. There's a CIA website. Well, you know, the CIA website, the one and only. I don't know if it's the one and only, but it's the main one. But on that website, it has so many secret documents of how to manifest and how to heal just by like humming certain numbers, because the numbers are frequencies. So I don't know if you hum them or say them or you just visualize them, but it's so interesting because there's actual real live documents on that. So these documents can help you like stop a headache or just heal whatever. But listen, if y'all want to Google that, please do, because it's super interesting. But the numbers game is so real. But there's a whole thing about this. There's a whole shebang and a whole subject on this that's completely a rabbit hole in itself, but it's amazing.
Pyramid on top of a mountain.
The Illuminati is going to try to tell you that Queen Victoria built that as a tribute for her husband. Don't listen. There's caves in that area that are built on top of piezoelectric crystal deposits. That is a portal marker.
If you knew who was really behind Bitcoin, you would run as fast as you fucking could to sell it. I know. 100%. If you knew who owned Bitcoin or who started Bitcoin, You had Bitcoin, you couldn't sleep at night. I know. 100%. And when the real founder of Bitcoin comes out, it is my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me, Bitcoin will go to fucking zero.
One day.
And microsecond, whoop, like that.
Who runs Bitcoin? Do we know this? Because it's probably a good idea to look into that, because I really never even thought about this. But one thing, let me tell you guys a quick little story. When it comes to Bitcoin, Cash App messed me up. Okay, so I was experimenting with Bitcoin, and I was buying and I was selling and I was doing all that crazy stuff at one point, because like it was just going up and down. The way that my paperwork came out, they reported it to the IRS that I had made like $35,000 or something like that with Bitcoin, just because I was taking my money and then putting it back in, taking it out, putting it back in. So they didn't actually report that that was my money getting taken out and put it back in. They just thought I kept making this money for some reason. So the IRS had hit me up with a letter ready to take me to court, because I had to pay them like $5,000 or something like that. And I kept telling them like that, that's just my money that I was putting in and out. I wasn't actually making that money that I was withdrawing. I put the appeal in, they denied it and was ready to take me to court. I had to print out all this paperwork and get that situated. But anyways, that was just probably my fault on that. But still, like, I'm not fooling with it.
Sleep at night. I'm not just a guy going to sleep. I'm two-time Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey going to get some well-needed shut-eye. And when I dream, I don't just dream any old dream. I dream about being three-time Golden Globe winning actor Jim Carrey, because then I would be enough. It would finally be true. And I could stop this terrible search for what I know ultimately won't fulfill me. But these are important, these awards. I don't want you to think that just because if you blew up our solar system alone, you wouldn't be able to find us or any of human history with the naked eye. But from our perspective, this is huge.
I love Jim Carrey. I love his movies. He is so dope. I feel like he's like a low-key version of Kanye. Like, he knows what's going on and he'll speak on it, but he's more so like, let me joke about it, but still put that seed in you guys, and hopefully you get it and hopefully it grows. But he gives me like Kanye vibes, but just a little bit low-key.
Go extinct. Do you realize they're asking the wrong question? The question is not what made them go extinct. The question is, did they go extinct? Now, they didn't call them dinosaur, though. They called them dragon.
Ooh.
See, the word dinosaur wasn't made up till 1841. So for most of human history, these creatures are called dragons. Did you know dinosaurs not even in the dictionary in 1891? For most of human history, they were known as dragons. Now, dragons are mentioned in the Bible 34 times. People say, why aren't dinosaurs in the Bible? Last night, I'm talking to this lady at the counter at the hotel. She said, well, dinosaurs aren't in the Bible. I said, that's correct. That word wasn't made up till 1841. And if you got the right Bible, that was translated 1611. So, of course, you're not going to find that word in there. Duh. But they called them dragons. Dragons are listed in the dictionary in 1946 as now rare. As the population of people began to grow after the flood, the population of dragons began to go down. Because nobody wants to live next door to a dragon. Same thing happened in Cobb County, Georgia, where Atlanta is today. Do you realize how many grizzly bears there are roaming around the woods right now near Atlanta, Georgia? 0. You know how many there were just 300 years ago? Hundreds. What happened to the grizzly bears in Cobb County, Georgia?
What do you guys think? Do y'all believe in dinosaurs? Do you think they were actually here? They got extinct by some type of extreme weather phenomena or flood or anything like that? Or let me know what side of this that you're on.
Aileen Maxwell just got put away for 20 years. So she was supplying for all these right? Where's the list? Is that just gets like, I don't know.
Kind of weird that got no coverage, but Johnny Depp and Amber was
everywhere. Yeah, and I'm like, so the list of, politicians and actresses and actors or whatever that they talked about, does that get swept under the rug? Do they not get any time for actually those? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, that's weird how that just doesn't compute with me.
So
So yeah, we never get any type of closure. I mean, they make a big deal of reporting it, but what about the last part? What about the end? Who's responsible? Who's in jail? Who's not? Who got off? We need to know these things, right? I feel like we do. I mean, I don't think it's too much to ask for.
So in China, for example, if a traffic camera catches you jaywalking in China, the digital ID system has you. It has your blood now. It has your genetic code. It has your photograph. It can identify how you walk. So even if you can't see a face, you can be picked up by gait. It will convict you of jaywalking and take money out of your bank account with no intermediating judiciary at all, and show a picture of you to the people in the neighborhood so they know that you have jaywalked, and reduce your social credit score. And if your social credit score falls below a certain level, then you can't buy drinks from a vending machine. You can't play video games. You can't go on a train. You can't get out of your 15-minute city. All that's already in place in China.
Listening to the album today, and you were talking about, the devil, something, the devil will show up, but we're continuing to do God's work. Do you believe in the devil?
Definitely.
What do you think the devil is like?
President.
You cannot play with God. I don't know how you justify it, but man, you cannot play with him. Okay. I don't know who you believe in or whatever it may be. There's just a few rules. They're always going to be what they are. You know what I mean? There's nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing that I can do about it. There's simple rules, really. Oh my God. Also, guys, I swear this happened a few times. Like, I was talking to my best friend on the phone and we were joking around and he said something and I said something. And I swear I had said something about the Bible or something. My phone cut off so fast. The screen just went black. Hung up my call. Screen went black, glitched and everything. Mind you, my battery didn't die. Nothing like that happened. But the actual phone just like glitched. Phone call, cut off, gone. Yeah, I promise you, when that happened, I was like, God, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I did not mean to offend you in any type of way. That stuff was so crazy. Like, I was not playing. I was not even trying to play with him at all.
Coca-Cola created Santa Claus, right? As we see him today, Coca-Cola designed Santa Claus.
Why did they create Santa Claus? To sell Coca-Cola?
To sell Coca-Cola for the holidays. So not Santa Claus, the story of Santa Claus. The way that Santa Claus looks to us, Coca-Cola created that.
Matches the colors.
Okay.
In the early 1900s. Okay.
And would they put it like in commercials and stuff?
They used it in an ad campaign for the holidays.
So there was already a story of Santa Claus.
Absolutely. Story of Santa Claus.
Norway or somewhere.
Yes.
And they just popularized it.
They popularized this whole Kris Kringle with the big beard, hefty, and the red and white, and it's all Coca-Cola colors. I mean, not that Christmas wouldn't be. It was brilliant branding.
Being from a different country, I'm trying to think, like, what did our Santa Claus look like? Because we did have a Santa Claus, but he didn't have the name Santa Claus. He was called like Grandfather Frost or Freeze or like Winter, Grandfather Winter. I'm not too sure if he always wore red and white in my country, but I know he always had the beard and everything like that. And he actually had a granddaughter, which is a part of the Santa Claus thing. She's as big as Santa Claus. But I don't know if our Santa Claus has different color clothing or if it's only red and white. Now, if it is red and white, I wonder if that tradition came from the United States, because, you know, Coca-Cola was worldwide. So that's pretty cool to go back and look at. I need to look at some pictures.
This is Chris Hume with the Lancaster Patriot. I'm here in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania on Amos Miller's farm in Burdenham, Pennsylvania. Just moments ago, state troopers and other state agents left the property carrying with them multiple coolers, which they took products from Amos Miller's farm and loaded them into those coolers and carried them off. They wouldn't comment. One state trooper refused to give his badge number and his name. One state trooper did provide that information. Went inside Amos Miller's operation then and saw a note that the government is saying Amos Miller is not allowed to sell potentially all of his products until the secretary of the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture changes the order. So that's where we're at with this. The government has come in and said, Amos Miller, you cannot sell your food. Your customers are not allowed to buy it. And until that ban is lifted, Amos Miller is basically prevented from serving his neighbor. And this has been an example of tyranny on full display. And what happens next really depends on the American people and how much they will get behind Amos and challenge these elected representatives and this Secretary of the Department of Agriculture to stop this tyranny and let Amos Miller serve his neighbor and let his neighbors purchase their food from him. So stay tuned for updates on this developing story.
I know a lot of y'all are just dabbling and getting into all these conspiracies or truther theories, but this has been going on for a very long time. Like when I first got into it, probably like 7 or 8 years ago, I believe, this was already going on. They were already going to people's farms and trying to shut them down. They were restricting farmers for growing organic vegetables. And as you know, that a lot of the seeds in the stores now are GMO, and you can hardly get anything organic nowadays. So they really did switch the farmers over to GMO seeds. For the ones that are fighting back, they have shut them down. Many times what they do is just burn your farm down or burn your fields down. It's really tragic. My thing is, how can they do that? What right do they have to do that? What explanation do they have for that? Like, say if a farmer takes them to court, I just want to hear what the explanation for that is. I want to know why somebody can't grow this but can grow this when there's harm in this and there's no harm in this. If you guys know anything about it, let me know. Let me know if you heard anything or if you know something for a fact of why they do that.
If you fly over these areas that are burned to the ground, you'll see in the midst of 20 homes that are just totally destroyed, one home sitting there because it had the right roof on it. And anyway, since I took office, FEMA's provided Texas alone.
Okay, so we know that he knows. We know that he knows, but I would like to hear a little bit more on that. Like, where is the rest of this video? Because it's like, they make it seem like they're aware of what's going on, but like they have no say in it. Like they didn't do anything. That's what's kind of, it's not funny, but you know what I mean? It's just funny to me.
I just got to tell you that I had a real frightening dream last night. I dreamed that I woke up and I looked at the sun, and it was like a fourth of the size of the earth. That's how big it was. And you know what? I asked you. I said, Kurt, is that the sun? Because it almost looked like the moon, but it was bigger than you've ever seen the moon or the sun or anything before. And he said, yeah, that's the sun. We're in trouble. Oh, man. Trying to figure out what the rest of the dream was. Anyway, it was basically the end. I have premonitions.
Dreams. I think it's the energy in the air.
There were times I just thought I was gonna die.
Man, this video is very special to me because, well, first of all, it's Left Eye. I had to post this because I didn't know that other people had dreams like this. And the way that she described it is just like mine. So that's a little bit strange to me. Like, how? Like, what does this mean? But on my end, this happened more than 12 years ago, at least. I thought this dream was so real. Like, it scared the heck out of me. I don't really know what happened afterwards, but I mean, I was just shocked because the only thing that I thought in my dream that was about to happen is like the world was going to end because the moon was so close. And I was like, this cannot be good. And I don't know what we're about to do. Just came outside and it was right there and it freaked me out. I probably just woke up out of my dream in a panic. And also this was a very unique dream because as of right now, I feel like I could have dreams like that because I see so many videos and, all that stuff is in my head. But back then, I knew nothing about this. I wasn't interested in astrology. I wasn't interested in the end of the world type stuff. I wasn't interested in truther, conspiracies, nothing like that. Like, it was nowhere near close to my mental or my mind. I didn't think about that type of stuff. So it was strange to have that dream Me hearing this just now and me seeing this just now, that particular part kind of freaked me out because I'm like, damn, I had this exact same dream.
Once people understand the value of fresh air, look at this. We have real light out there and real air, but we're using air conditioned and artificial light. That's just retarded. And I'm sorry, I can't say that word anymore. So it's like, but and then
He's
we'll
crazy.
go into, oh, this thing happened in politics and this thing. The media will shift you in every way you can. I say, MIT, wake up. The kids in MIT, you can do it, but you're focusing on things that are too small. I just gave you the blueprint.
I don't know how y'all feel about Kanye. I would love for y'all to tell me down below. Do you kind of agree with him? Do you think he's just absolutely crazy? Or do you 100% agree with him? Because I'm not going to say I agree with him on every freaking thing 100%. But most of everything that I hear him talk about, I do agree with him. Also, when people say that he's cloned, the cloning thing is very hard for me to believe. But it's also hard to believe that they would just let him walk around and talk like this and, bring the truth out and things like that. But also maybe not, because they do deem him crazy. So maybe they're just kind of relying on that for people to believe.
Comes from the planet Zog. And this is David Rockefeller. Now, they co-founded the Trilateral Commission, one of those organizations in that Bilderberg Council on Foreign Relations network. They want a world of regions. If you're going to have total control of people in the Orwellian police state, this is why, things like the Hunger Games, they have sectors which are fenced off from the other sectors. It's you need to do it right into the local level if you want total control. And this is why you're seeing this movement of the police state going into communities. So one area of this structure that they want is breaking countries up into regions. This is one of the maps for how they intend to break up European Union into regions. And what they have planned is that regions of one country are connected into regions in another, therefore destroying national sovereignty and national unity, because they want an end to sovereignty. They want an end to all of it. They just want technocrats, bureaucrats. This is something called America 2050. This is all connected into the agenda for Agenda 21, and they have broken up America into a series of mega regions in which they will have mega cities, what they call human settlement zones.
Human settlement zones. I think this is why what's going on in Hawaii is going on in Hawaii, and why they're trying to take the land over now, why they're trying to not let the native people rebuild. I cannot believe this is happening. This is the same thing that happened when they came over here and took over the United States with the Native Americans. Like, imagine how everybody thinks it's so tragic and we can't believe this happened, and oh my God, I wish we could go back and fix something and make sure that this didn't happen. But it's happening right next door and nobody's doing anything about it. There's always an excuse. Nobody wants responsibility. Nobody wants to do anything about it. I just don't get it. I really don't. One quick thing, super crazy. My mom's best friend lives in the Ukraine. My mom used to work in the Ukraine in Odessa. I don't know how close it is to Kiev. I know a lot of people know Kiev, but it was in Odessa. My mom was, talking to her in regards to the United States helping them with the money. She says that maybe the money is kind of going to the higher ups in the U.S. and also the rest of it probably to the higher ups in the Ukraine, right? So they're probably just not getting anything. But at the same time, I don't know if this money is coming from us or whatever. But at the end of the day, that money is not going towards what it should. And I'm just speaking about this through, my mom and her friends. Really, we don't know what's going on, but that's what it sounds like. But it's just tragic. She says that there's barely any men left, that Rush is just swiping everybody. And it's very unfortunate. It's just crazy to actually, we hear this stuff on the news, but to hear that from somebody that we know, somebody that we personally were involved with and seen day to day, is very wild. It's very crazy. It's almost unreal.
One of the biggest mysteries of recent decades is this small artifact called the Black Pyramid. The pyramid-shaped stone is just 25 centimeters high and was found along with other artifacts in La Manna, Ecuador, in 1984. Investigators realized that it glows under ultraviolet light and has an unusual eye carved in the top. The eye doesn't seem to be human, but more reptilian. But the strangest thing is carved on the bottom, a representation of the stars in Orion's belt with some writing. This writing is very ancient and known as pre-Sanskrit, And the translation is Sutamati Kara as, the son of the creator, comes from here.
So stick around for that super exciting news. But anyways, you guys, you already know everybody that has joined the family so far. I thank you guys so much. You mean the world to me. Absolutely 100%. Y'all have my heart and you are the biggest part of our family. Now, everybody that is new here today, I want to welcome y'all into our family. Please join us. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell down below so you can be aware of every single video that comes out and you can be one of the very first people that gets notified. Also, if you want to support the channel, all you got to do is take a quick second, hit the like or the thumbs up button on the video. And you guys, that makes the biggest difference on our channel. I mean, the more you guys like the videos, interact down below and subscribe, as well as share the videos, we can get this video pushed and promoted by YouTube and really spreading the knowledge, the wisdom, and also the entertainment part of it, you know. But once again, you guys, thank you so much. That is it, and that is all for now. Be good and do right, and I will catch you on the next one.